It's plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. We are about to enter our 5th year in this battle with GameStop in the stock market, guys. Been investing with GameStop for almost 5 years now. My 5-year mark is February, and I'm excited for it. I'm also excited for what's happening on the markets. Not so excited for New York. If you guys saw, Mandami went ahead and swore his hand not on the Bible, Bernie Sanders, but the Quran. I can't with these guys. I just can't do it. But hey, I don't live there. They got to deal with it, not me. We'll see how it all works out for New York. Pray for my people in New York. They're going to need it. It's absolutely crazy, this world that we live in. But I don't live in Minnesota, so that's half the battle. I live in California. How could I ever talk? Oh, shit. I tell you where I also live. I live in America. And right now, guys, good evening. But if you're not seeing the largest bailout in American history, it's happening right now. I know. There was a housing crisis, and that spiked sales of silver as well. And now you see it really happening. And this one's a little different than the 2008 to 2011 silver run. Silver was running anywhere from $9 an ounce all the way up to 40, 60 in that range. 40, I believe. 40, 60, somewhere in that range. We'll look at it in a minute. But it ran in 2008 to all the way to 2010, but those were different times. That was pressure. That was uncertainty in the markets. That was a downgrade by Moody's in 2011 after the housing crisis. Oh, finally, the U.S.'s credit's not so great. That would trigger things economically around the world. But that doesn't happen today. They've found a way to just keep doing what they're doing, and they call it business. That's it. They call it business. I'll give you guys this example of what's happening today. And how does it really make sense for GameStop? And I'll explain that as well. You guys ever want to see a catalyst? You guys ever want to know what's like happening? Well, there's a little battle out here, an unspoken battle between Donald Trump and China. Our administration versus China. And I'm going to let you know now, China's pretty strategic. What do they say? You want to put tariffs on us? That's fine. We'll stop sending shit. I mean, it's really simple. You need it just as much as we do. Goes both ways. That's why it's called the trade agreement. And Trump goes in and says 100% tariffs. And he backwalked that. He walked backwards quick. That has a lot to do with precious metals. They don't have any. And I'm talking about America. America doesn't have any. They don't have enough. They don't have enough of the things you need. And when it comes to refining silver and at the price it costs to do it, apparently China's king. So China put a tap on their own market. Now, what are you doing? If banks are leveraged as much as I hear they are, there's a rumor right now that I just read about JP Morgan being fined $1 billion for violations. And let me tell you, I don't know what the violations are, and I don't even pretend to know. What I do know is this. The word around town, physical silver versus paper silver, there's a massive gap, and there shouldn't be. Whether you're on the commodities exchange, COMEX, and you're out there saying, I want physical spot, I want to pay spot prices, and I want to get it now. Well, your futures contracts are telling me what? Because when you mine silver, it's just not silver. There's things along with it. There's no like individual silver mine. I learned this from HYMC. You go and they go, oh, yeah, we have silver. Oh, yeah, what else do you have? Well, the pyrite has zinc, and it has this, and it has that. They name all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, so what do you do with all this? We got 2 customers. Not in the world. In the world, when it comes to silver, there are certain exchanges that sell it over the counter, OTC, right there in front of you. Not in America. And let me explain it to you what's like blowing people's minds. We're over here celebrating New Year. And there's real fireworks happening. The real fireworks are happening in Singapore. Right now, when I was cruising Twitter, I'm cruising all the other websites and so reading some Reddit passages because I'm trying to stay abreast of it all. Pause. I'm trying to stay on top of it all. And they were saying that silver's trading for $100 plus an ounce, 120 to 100 in that range. Physical silver. Nobody cares about your paper silver. So, if America has it listed at $71, hold on, let me go make sure. I have it here. So here, right here. So 64, 42, 66, 51 right now in the overnight. Right there. Guys, 64.42. 66, 65. I don't care. You could even call it 70. You're trading it for 70 in America. That's the price. All they're going to come do, guys, is buy it all here and sell it over there. The price keeps going up, but who's really taking it on the chin? Our Fed just pumped in $74 billion in one day into the markets, the reverse repo rate, overnight repo. $74 billion. You want to keep these banks flush? They did over $100 billion this last week. That's a bailout. That's a save. Because if you didn't pump it into the banks, they wouldn't be liquid. Who is it? Who is short silver? People say they know. Bank of America. People are naming other banks, and I'm just telling you guys. You want to see a bank run? You want to see a silver run? Watch. When the uncertainty happened in 2011, and I'm talking about the whole market, downgrade, all that good stuff, silver pumped. Watch. I have this here. This is going to be from $8.45 all the way up to $48.35. This is going to track silver. This is iShares Silver Trust. From 2008, climbing all the way to the peak of 2011. This is where they found their safe haven. You found some value to say, you know what, my dollar is safe. Well, there's no way to hide. There's nowhere to hide. Look what happens. Economic crisis. What happens? Boom. Dumps. Right? COVID. Dumps. Oh, we're good on the market. Let's go back and put our money and hide it. Well, it's been there. Now we ramped up. So if you were short on this and you're planning for the downfall, maybe you're planning for a short squeeze. Maybe that's what you're trying to do yourself. Only one person's in position to let it rip and run, and it's going to be the long. Who's long silver? And I'm not just talking about you silver stackers. I get it. Some of you guys out there think silver is, you're watching Fox News and they're selling coins on the news, and you're like, hey, those coins. Nobody uses those like at the store. It's a silver dollar. No one uses an actual silver coin they buy from the website. They don't use it like this, me and you. No, they save them because they have a percentage of silver built inside of them. I think if you had a quarter from like 1964 and before, that had silver. Dimes and nickels from certain dates before had silver. Percentages of silver. So a lot of these guys who are collecting silver, sure, whether it be bars. I was selling 10-ounce bars last year for $320 a piece. That's going to sell today for $700 in America, over $1,000 internationally. I even think if you were going to do Europe, they were selling them for about $840 for a 10-ounce bar. Why is America so cheap? Why is America silver, contracts themselves, ETFs that track it, why is every piece of silver in America so cheap? Does anybody know why? You have to give the perception that it's not as bad as it really is. If silver were allowed to run to the prices where it is internationally, people would be crumbled right now. But I find it very hilarious in a whole different way. We're talking catalyst, right? Now we know the silver story. We know it's China locking it down. They're not allowing people to refine with them. They're going to be the silver stackers, and they're going to go ahead and turn this thing upside down. So Trump, I guess, if you want to play hardball with them, I think you're going to lose on this one, because you're going to find out all your boys on the Hill, they're short silver. That's what it looks like. America is short silver. And if we're the short sellers, oh, babe, help us all. Please help yourself. Now, how do you fix it? Bail out. Like you're seeing right now. Literally bailing them out. What's the marginal requirement? What are the margin requirements for any position that's actually going through the CME? Derivatives world. Okay, guys? Any requirements you're supposed to hold margin-wise, I want to know why they're allowed to increase the cap of margin, as in to say you have to have this much for collateral. Why do they keep increasing it? They increased it 3 times last week. Why? Why is it if they hit the cap and this is where you were, but now you need to give us a little more. Oh, now you need to give us a little bit more. You're giving them a way out. You're saying it's okay. You're explaining your own demise. Because I'm going to tell you guys something out there. Something I believe till the day I stop moving. I believe everything is GameStop. I do. And the reason I believe that is because I've looked at one stock while everything gets turned upside down. The whole market gets turned upside down. And this is all I see. I see a stock that was pushed down. When it got released, it found a really hard ground. It popped up, grabbed it back, pushed it sideways, and it's to the point where something's going to pop. What was popping over here? Regional banks, swaps expiring, resets of markets. I mean, guys, we saw the largest kick out of anything I've seen on December 31st, December 30th in a long time. The whole market taking profits. Everyone is at the cutoff right now. But I want to focus on one company and one company only. I want to focus on Berkshire Hathaway. You know what blows my mind, Berkshire? They announced Warren Buffett's retiring. If you're not familiar, Warren Buffett did retire just last night. It was his last day at Berkshire Hathaway. Greg Abel has taken over. Greg Abel comes from the industry, energy sector, things like that. Warren Buffett's more of a retail, old school value investor. These guys are going to be energy, pushing out all the new stuff, like it would be something like Google AI, all this bullshit. I think these guys can be manipulated for the dollar. But I want to talk about that because here's what I don't understand, and somebody can help me understand this because apparently I'm not that brilliant when it comes to value. Where's the 5,000 negative articles about Berkshire Hathaway? I saw so many articles, bots, AI articles, I don't know. So much smear campaign articles about a stock that's not in the S&P 500, about a stock that doesn't even matter in people's radar. Like, guys, there are 8,000 tickers and traded in America alone. I only see one everywhere. And they say it's a terrible investment, and that's GameStop. I'm talking about every author in America that's doing publications, internet sleuths, and Reddit boards, and investment discords. Everybody has an opinion about GameStop. Everyone has something to say about GameStop, and then they take the time to write it. Here's my question: why? There's not a single analyst in America that covers GameStop. Why are you talking about it? Not me. I'm invested. I've been there for 5 years. I love my company. I'm never going away. It's my heart. It's my soul. It's everything. I'm married to it, right? I'm a cultist, as you call it. I don't care what you call me. I'm asking you, why were there 50 negative articles on GameStop this past week? Why is it a smear campaign till the end? Okay. You guys ever heard of like these serial killers? It's usually kids who say that they weren't loved as they were a child, or some dudes that are just disconnected from the world. But it was said, over studying time, that they like to revisit the scene of the crime. I think you, Wall Street, I think you guys are serial killers. I think you guys like to revisit the scene of the crime. Just to see the ashes, just to see who's still in there hanging on. I believe the percentage of shares that are in the money at the moment are 0.03 something percent of GameStop shares in the money. Everyone's out of the money. Price target is at $20.08. The majority of GameStop holders are out of the money. To all the guys writing the negative articles about GameStop, where's your moral compass? Like, I want to know if we can line them up for the year that's about to happen for them. Because if they're short silver, they're exposed. If they're short GameStop, they're going to be exposed. Larry Chang tweeted out and said, "What is the one thing you think will happen this year that everyone else says won't?" Thanks, Larry. I think we're going to make it. That's the first thing. I think GameStop's numbers are going to be that great. I think they already are. Went to the website. They only had 2,000 cards, which is great. It means they sold. The other 40,000 are going into power packs. I heard some people talk about it on Twitter. They had no idea that the cards actually come out of there and go to power packs. They think GameStop sold 40,000 cards. Okay, well, you wouldn't be entirely incorrect. You wouldn't be entirely correct either, but we'll leave it where it's at. And chat, I see chat. Happy Thanksgiving, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, all the good stuff. I spent like 2 hours with my son right now on the phone playing WoW. Maybe an hour. Don't let me exaggerate on that. Congratulations, guys, on the book, Connect the Dots. You guys know the book that we have, Connect the Dots. It's in the description of the video. We have sold 95 copies in 3 days. We sold 95 copies. So that's a pretty good little run right there. New Year's over. Christmas over. If you want to read it, read it. If you don't. You'll learn a lot about like why we invest and how we invest and what we have coming this year. So shout out to you guys. And thank you for the love and support of the show. I want to get back to this really quick about GameStop. And traditionally, when you look at companies that are down 40%, and we're looking at Berkshire Hathaway is up 11% for the year. And I want to know why. They have $350 billion cash. It's not being deployed. It's not being invested. Where's the penalty on them? Where's the discount? Where's the premium that's not given versus given? That's it. That's the only thing I have. Because it's kind of the same mindset for GameStop. GameStop's a miniature. Berkshire Hathaway will soon be, headed out there to rival everyone. I don't care. I'll say it. I just know the management team. I know how they manage. I know why they manage, and I know what they're looking for. They're looking for ways to win. Whether you fail at something or not, you're still looking for ways to win. You're trying. You're going through the process. The process of running this company called GameStop versus running Chewy, versus running Blue Nile, versus running Zulily. There's just so many processes that you would find the difficulties, you'd find the hurdles, and you find a way to adapt and overcome, and you remember it. Or you remember the things you didn't do. And you go, okay, that was good. That was a good thing. Or maybe, hey, we could have did this different. But either way, you're learning and you're adapting. And that's why I love Ryan Cohen, because he's so young to do it. So, big deal for me that a company like Berkshire comes in, loses their CEO, doesn't deploy their cash, sits there with insurance premiums that they have to be aware of. And Marantz, that's why they have so much cash. Okay, good. That's why they have so much cash. But when they deploy their cash, what's given to them? They buy United Home Health Group, whatever they bought at the bottom. Where was their premium given? They deployed the cash. Where was it given? It wasn't given. They lost value. They went from $812,000 all the way to $750,000. Like, they're losing money. Why? There's some real disconnects out there. GameStop's the ultimate disconnect, though. It's not connected, not correlated with the markets. Anyway, we'll go over it in a minute. And I'm going to show you some stuff about silver in a bit, too. But I'm going to read the chat really quick. Sorry, guys. Yes, first, welcome back. Thank you, Hulk Hogan. Appreciate you guys. Echo, David, and the rest of the crew. I see all of you guys. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to everyone. I know you guys were all sending me messages. I just wanted to tell you, I try to take the time to say as many people as I can, but very busy last night. Didn't get out of work until about 2 o'clock. Got home, helped the wife. I'm tired. Helped the wife set up. We had 2 balloon drops, confetti, over 50 people over in my damn living room at my house. We had our DJ, we had food, we had everything, and we had the rain. It rained like crazy, so everyone was inside, not outside. It was a very fun. It's probably my wife and I. It's probably our most successful New Year's party we've ever had, where we felt like it was a full circle because we were the host, but we didn't have to do everything. Everyone else was helping just as much. Picked up my Connect the Dots book by our hero off of Lulu. Well, thank you for that, Hulk Hogan. Appreciate that. Let's see. Madame New York Mayor, all in caps. Yeah, we know who it is. I don't care. I don't live there. Always lurking, always watching. New Year's is a joke right now. 51 Colt. Jesse, the new year is crazy. We've got silver out here trying to tank the market, and I think it will, but for a different reason. I think the silver value is going to go up. People are going to have it, and it's going to go wild. Sure, even if it does, it's a different world to play in. It's a very risky world because if they don't bail them out, it goes to the moon. If they do bail them out, and you guys can say, how are they going to bail them out if they're short? They just don't hold their feet to the fire for it. There's still demand for it, but there wasn't prior to 2008, 2010 movement. That's a whole different movement. And in the 80s spikes, those were different movements. This is supply and demand. This is just being short. And unfortunately, no one's willing to give the value here in America. So the international silver dealers are going to do what? They're going to buy it here, and then they're going to go sell it over there. It's really simple, but they're going to sell something they don't have. Because if you're buying it here, guess what you don't have? You don't have it. Unless you have it in your hands, you don't own it. And we're talking about commodity, about silver, gold, platinum, copper, all that. Unless you have it in your hands, you don't own it. It's like cryptocurrency. They'll always tell you this about cryptocurrency, NFTs, all this. Unless you have a cold storage wallet and it's off the exchange, it's not yours. You want to buy it through Robinhood, you want to buy it through Webull, you want to buy it through, at the time, FTX, it's theirs. It's not yours. It's theirs. Go find out what happened to everyone's investment once FTX happened. Or go ask everybody about this Logan Paul and how he's selling his Pokemon card and fractionalizational ownership. And what do you know? Nope. So, a lot of reasons to figure it out, and we'll all figure it out. Thank you. We're going to be so effing rich? Yes. I believe that to be true. The discrepancy is the reason why I invested in physical silver in 2017. Something will blow up almost like you and GameStop. Yeah. I mean, guys, GameStop's going to happen no matter what. I don't know if anybody's really programmed their brain to say it that way or to understand, but GameStop is going to blow up to the moon, go crazy, value, all of it, no matter what. And the reason why I tell you that is because it's being priced as if it's a downgrade. It's being priced down 38% for the year, 37% for the year. It was trading at $30 a share. It's now at $20. So it's all the way down, $30 last year. So I'm buying a stock that's coming out of quarter three last year, and it's at a break even. I don't know if you guys know this, but GameStop's trailing 12 earnings and profit. I don't want to say trailing 12. I won't say trailing 12. I will tell you their annual profit for all of 2025 at the time, last year, at this given day, right now, January 1st of 2025, last year, they had a 39-week total, that's 3 quarters, 39-week total of zero net income. And don't let me do this too much with my hand, okay? Houston Wade gets excited. But they had zero net income after 3 quarters. Doesn't that blow your mind? That the stock was $30 a share. They had zero income, net income. And it's at $20 today. And they turned that zero income after 3 quarters to $290 million right now. $290 million right now on their little company in 3 quarters of this year versus last year. We are ahead $290 million in earnings, profit, name it, go. So, the stock is moving down in price. Wall Street would tell you that GameStop is selling off. People don't want it. People don't believe in it. Look at this. Manipulated and or not manipulated, organic downgrading. This is an algorithm that's probably set to mode bore the freak out of them, make you go sideways for 12 months. Like this is like premeditated. You can't the spikes and the flaws and the ahs of the investment. They don't get to me, but they get to a lot of you guys. Oh, what's going on? Oh my God! And then the one guy, this doctor guy that I know, he has 6 figures into the investment, and I know him. I know him personally. Oh my God, Marantz, I have so much money in this damn thing, and I can't get any positive news about it other than your channel. I need to read it somewhere else other than your mouth. So you're saying I'm wrong. So you think I'm wrong. Then why the hell are we talking? Don't text me. Don't call me. Honestly, I hope he's watching tonight. It's embarrassing. It's like sheer ignorance to come up to me and go, hey, what's going on with the stock price? Who gives a shit? I don't know. That's got nothing to do with me. You know what has to do with me? The fundamentals. Hey, what's going on with these earnings? They're up. They're up 290x versus last year. Literally. Nobody. No. I'm dealing with amateur hour over here. So I tell you that, what's about to happen. GameStop's about to show that they made $520 million for the year. That's the number I have. Could I be wrong? I mean, there's one number that could decide it. It would be Bitcoin. Bitcoin could hurt. But, companies like MicroStrategies, No Strategy, that's what I call them, No Strategy, they bought more Bitcoin. They overpaid for it again because they just... And when I say they overpaid for it, people don't understand what I mean. It's not the value that they pay versus what their market cap is versus their net NAV, positive NAV of, net assets against value. No, none of that matters. None of that matters. Why I say they overpaid for it is because how are they getting this money and when do they got to pay it back? Okay, I don't care if it's 0% coupon on some of this. They don't have the money to pay it back. The only way they could get cash is to sell off their underlying asset. They don't create a profit. They're not a profitable company. They got nothing going. GameStop, on the other hand, managed to buy 500. Listen to me, guys. GameStop bought $500 million of Bitcoin. How much money this year did GameStop make? $500 million. GameStop can cover their earnings per year with the investment they made into Bitcoin. That's what it matches. So you're telling me, for all of you out there that sit in Neverland that are arguing about Greg Abel and Berkshire Hathaway needs to give you this money back, some type of share buyback, some type of dividend, all this. You know what Berkshire Hathaway investors say when you say, I want to give them a dividend? It's almost like what Ryan was saying when he said, I don't want to pay taxes on this. You don't want to pay taxes. I'm the largest shareholder, all this stuff. You know what they say? Why are you giving me the money? I think you're a better investor than me. And I say the same thing to GameStop. I don't want you to give me money for my investment. I don't want that share buyback. I don't want that dividend. I want you guys to manage that cash better than me because you have been doing that for the last 5 years. You've been showing improvements. You've been doing it the right way. And we went from a small little company with $500 million in the bank to a big-ass company with $10 billion in the bank. So we are already up 20x on our cash because of you, Ryan, because of your management team. That's why, not because of me. I just happen to buy it, and I'm not too bright. Maybe that's what it is. But are these characteristics of a company that's trading and selling off 30% for this past year? The whole point of this was GameStop was 30 last year, this same date. Now it's 20 this year. What's the value? I'm getting how many more dollars? I'm getting how much more value? I'm getting a bigger bang for my buck right here. So, yeah, I want to buy 20. I want to buy 20 like it's the old-fashioned 10. But I'm still responsible. I'm still taking my time. I'm not leveraging myself. I'm doing what I can, when I can, how I can, why I can. My moral compass is on. I understand. I understand why people do what they do. And it's been checking out on the up and up with GameStop for a long time. So Wall Street can lie to me and tell me the stock's moving down, but I know the truth. Stranger Things, the Upside Down. I know you guys are lying to the people. This is not the value of the company. This is not the value of the stock. And to say they're not something, or to say there's something they're not, I'm willing to line up everybody for credibility checks. Michael Packard, why are you professional if you're not professional? Brian Soze, what are you doing? Martin Scarelli, let me know. The great and honorable PP Seeds, tell me how great of an investor are you? I need to know all the YouTubers. I need to know all the cabinet members. I need to know everybody who bet against GameStop and who talks out of both sides of their mouth when it comes to GameStop. I'm a cultist, man. I'm dedicated. I'm diehard because I don't think the market shows me what the company's been showing me. Now, if the company did terrible this past year, then I would expect it for it to be down $30 or 30% this year. I would. I'd be like, you know what? They deserve that. They don't do this, and that, and nope. Not a company that raises this much money in a full calendar year. Not a company that makes this much money in profits, carries this much money in cash, shorten up the book on current ratio, and you have a 9 to 12x current ratio, current assets, or assets minus current liabilities. You guys figure that part out. Or divided by, I should say. Liabilities divided by. But, I look at GameStop and I tell you guys that you're not getting the full story. You guys see that post? A post by Larry Chang? He talked about an iceberg. Funny, I talked about an iceberg. But he said, when you can see a CEO for the 30% that's operational, the 30% that's above the surface, this is what he does. But you don't get to see the creative and the growth and the direction from the other 66% that's under the water, hidden. And it's this big secret underwater that makes this operational thing look so valuable. But it's this thing that's holding it up. And that's how most CEOs should work. They should be working on something other than just the day-to-day operation. Well, think about what GameStop's growing to and dreaming about. And maybe Larry Chang is putting that into context. But I don't try to decipher too many tweets from these guys. But Larry's been pretty up on the up and up since the beginning. But yeah, I don't trust anyone or anything other than myself and GameStop. So I never know. I never know someone's ulterior motives. I don't try to guess it. But anyway, Happy New Year. That's my show. Let's see what we got here, guys. I got to read all this chat, so I'm going to try to get to it, okay? But I appreciate you guys. Do we see sub 20 tomorrow? I hope so, APJ. I hope it can get below 20. I'm really excited about that number. What tends to happen, they actually try to bounce it off this quarter, and it's not going to happen. $20 is far to go. And there's some really cheap options at that point to get to 22, 23, 24, unless they adjust. But I don't play options. I don't do any of that. I just buy the shares. And I had bought some more on Friday, Wednesday, right before the market closed. I bought a little bit more. I don't know if you guys did. What did I say I have? 263? Yeah, no, I know I have 267 for sure. So 267 is my total shares. Not looking good on the position, to be honest with you guys. To be honest, I am honest. Let's see what it says here. So it's not a good day on my Wall Street, but fully transparent. I was down $1,000 on Wednesday, almost down 9,000 total. And I'm at 2,467 shares for a grand total spent of $58,334.39. So, sitting on it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, but we'll see how it goes from there. Let me get to it really quick. I wanted to look at activity and orders. Boom. So it was $60 is what I could get into it on Friday, on the 31st. That was my last buy of 2025, and I was happy to do it. I believe my price, $20.18 a share. Not bad. Not bad at all for what I'm doing. So $20.18. Okay. So we'll look at this really quick and we'll go, let me go check on GameStop while we're sitting here. Put in a new tab for Pokemon trading cards because they actually have them in stock. So if you click on it, you can actually go through and see what they have in stock and they'll deliver to you. Pricing's awesome. It's decent. 189 is not bad. 170 is not bad. 189 compared to what other people are paying, absolutely not bad. They have some singular packs if you like Journey Together. They also have Destined Rivals and Mega Evolutions, Phantasmal Flames, the whole booster box for $2 something. So all these are still available to you guys. If you click on them, you literally they'll tell you where they're at and how to pick them up. So right here, I can pick them at the store. Same delivery. Also, delivery is not available, but pick a store. So maybe they don't have these. Maybe they're sold out. I'm clicking on stuff, but I know they have the big boxes because I saw them there the other day. They had 5 left. That was it. 2,300 cards. So 2,342 cards. LeBron James rookie card coming soon. Good job for you. I wouldn't wipe it. I wouldn't even take anything from LeBron. Never. So there's that. Obviously, there's a Power Packs website. You guys know that. GameStop currently trading, which is fun. This is like really crazy news. They're at $8.99 billion market cap. $8.99 billion. This is the worst ever. Now, I did have somebody tell me, Marantz, you can't count the other $4 billion if you're not going to count the $4 billion to the shares outstanding. That is not the truth. That is a convertible promise or it's a rights offering. And the convertible notes, rights offering would be the warrants themselves. Convertible notes would just tell you that you have this option to exercise a note for $1,000 worth of shares. Comes out to like $33 a share, or strike price was $29.85. I'm so sorry. That's what I meant. So it wasn't like GameStop is over here getting money and then owe somebody money, like truly money. They don't. They can pay it back tomorrow. That's why I'm telling you the Bitcoin issue. The Bitcoin, they bought as much Bitcoin that they make in 1 year in profits, and vice versa. So for anybody to be out there shouting to the wind about what Warren Buffett should have done with all his cash and what he didn't do, and there's a lot of people out there like this. Oh, they don't question them? They absolutely do. They can, and it's a cult-like mentality, absolutely. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do with Ryan Cohen? Ryan Cohen's going to have cash. He's going to sit here, and you're going to say what? That he's not doing it right? You wouldn't know what right is. He's the better investor. So, phenomenal price on GameStop, down underneath $9 billion. I'll buy everything. 4P is 23. Apparently, they still have a price target on here at $13.50, even though Wedbush suspended their coverage of GameStop. So that's not a true and accurate number. We know that. Operating income, just ops themselves, guys. Look at this number, right? Look at this. 100 million, 210 million operational profit. Don't let them tell you that GameStop doesn't make any money. Even at $200 million a year, that's an amazing number. Now you factor in this interest. It's going to be 91. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. We're not there yet, but the increase is going to be there for the next couple of years. And that's just because you have compounding interest on all that money that's in the market itself. So imagine if you had 91s across the board. You'd have 40, an additional 20. I'm just ballparking numbers there. So you would have, what I say, I'll even downgrade it. So 30 plus another 10. So you'd probably have 70 million, 80 million, and we'll call it 75 million left on the table just from investment and interest. So they should be making around $360 million on this tab here. $360 million. Operationally, they should be having a huge pick-me-up here because SG&A has gotten taken care of. Okay, margins are getting better. And it was a lot of one-time asset impairment stuff that they were looking at. But so when you're doing it this way, you would think that this number here on quarter four was going to be closer to this number, but quarter four was this number, 287 versus 282 of quarter three. 1,000 less stores, right, as they call it. Okay, cool. Well, now we're at 221. That means we should come in at around 230, and I'm ballparking it, 225 on operational expenses. If we can do 225, this number here becomes a number that's attainable. It's now 70 in between, or it's now 60 in between. That's how big of a jump it is. So you get $60 million back right here in quarter four, just off SG&A of savings of that. So you get 100 right here. You're going to get a 60 plus your margins are still high. Even if we come in at 919, even though I think we're going to be really good on the revenue number. I think we can get close to it. But even if we come in here, of the exact same numbers, wouldn't matter. Gross profit 363. You're now taking away from the 225 is what I'm going to go with. You're looking at $140 million operationally. $140 million is what I'm looking at on GameStop. 140. Did I do this number? Or did I do this number? Ooh, not good. So that's your gross profit. Man, 225. Yeah, I'm right. Okay. So I said 225 would end up being their SG&A, which is fine. You're going to find a number. That's crazy, right? 60 million. I'm just doing it in my head right now. $60 million more dollars. So yeah, you're going to get 130 here. 130, 135 plus 90. So you're going to get $225 million of profit, I think, in quarter four. 225 in that quarter alone. That puts them 290, right? Because this is what you have here. You have 270 plus the 225 would put you at 500. Am I right on that? Shit, 225 plus the 48 would be, yeah. Now, let's go down here to net income. That was pre-tax, and it's not any different. So I think we're going to be okay. It's down here. So you get 77 to 225. That's basically $300 million. $300 million, 460 plus here. So 510. $510 million. Ballparking the number just right now in the park. Not adding in power packs, not adding in anything crazy. Just from what I see. $510 million. Wow. You think they're going to give them credit yet? Then you have this. Now you're going to come off of this number. So that's 510 minimum. Ooh, I like this. I'm going to keep this for me. This is all for me for later, guys. Like, you guys have no idea what I'm looking at, huh? I'm not even showing you. I'm already talking to myself. I'm not even showing you guys. So the numbers are here in front of you. Quarter four is looking like it's going to have this number here is going to say another 50 million on top of that. So it's going to be what did I say, 50 more million? Yeah, at least 225 minus the other part, which is here. Boom. So 140. I said 360. Take away 225. I always go with the smaller number. So 135. For sure 135. Then you're going to add 90 million. So it's going to come out to 225 for the quarter. Yeah, we're right. 225 is a huge number. And when you add that to the 290 you already have, you're looking right at 515. Okay, I'm going to go with that number, guys. Right now, you heard me here first. $515 million of profit for the full year. But then you're going to go quarter one. We're going to go kick its ass. Because if you remember the one-timers, we had all that shit built into the SG&A, all that crap. Asset write-downs, all this crap. So I think we're going to come in at around 215 on that one versus whatever the number is. I don't even care. So if it's 215... and then you're going to have a 252. We'll go 250, which is fine. $35 million. Plus, we're going to go 90 million. And I think we're going to come in at $125 million instead of 44. So I think we go from 515, and I think we go up another $80 million. That's what I think we do. Then we go up another 80 million, and now we're at 595. Then you have the next quarter, which I think you're going to find some wiggle room right in here. 11 million more dollars. So 610 million by the reporting of second quarter. The second quarter report comes out in September, right before the warrant expiration date. So warrants expire 10/26, the year, in October. So October 26th. Our report comes out September 2nd, and after that, and when that report comes out, it'll say GameStop makes $610 million. I don't know if there's a catalyst behind that. I don't know if Ryan has it all planned out to announce something huge to spike it and go crazy. He doesn't manipulate markets like that. He just says his piece, and if they interpret it the right way, then they're going to be winners. If they don't, then they're going to be losers. But yeah, I got 610 next year. 610 easy with no changes. 610 with no changes. And I don't care about, well, Switch 2 came out. You can't call that revenue. Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Watch me. Watch me, bro. I don't get excited about console releases. You guys get all lost into those numbers, not me. Nobody gives a F about shorts over here. Correct. It's time for the shorts to pay. Pay what? The hell do we care about the shorts for? Let the shorts do whatever they want. Do you expect to bail out with the GME like they're doing with silver? I don't, Roy Titties. I don't. Stock moving into buy more than I planned zone. Oh, that's pretty good. I'll have to try that one out. It says all the gold and silver in Fort Bragg. Whatever happened to that anyway? Fort Knox? Yep, it's called a hedge. There you go. By quarter four, GME's EPS won't be less than $1.11. That's pretty good. I've got them going well above that. But if they break $1 a share, I mean now we're talking, bro. We're talking about some good stuff. Marantz, the Bitcoin buy by GameStop was horrible. If the Nasdaq corrects, Bitcoin can hit 20x easily. Anthony, you're saying it was horrible? I don't know about being horrible. I think it's all relative to the timeline you have. Like, what makes you think GameStop cares about where the price goes when it goes down to 20,000? So it goes down to 20,000. You don't think it's coming back up? Be here for a whole year. Be here for a whole lifetime. Then I'll say, you know what? That's a great opinion. No. Happy New Year, Rocco says to everybody. Thank you. That's FUD. Yeah, I guess. Oh, now you don't trust me, bro? Rocco? Yeah. Made a good pop 39. Good job. You got 39 at that price. NASDAQ and crypto are correlated. If Bitcoin crashes with the market, you will see Bitcoin. Okay, Anthony, you got to stop talking like that. And I said, as nice as I can be, you don't get to tell me where it's going to go because you don't know. You have no idea what you're talking about. So, tell me how Bitcoin gets to 20K. It just halved. They have ETFs like you wouldn't believe. And it hasn't been 20K since 2022, 2023. I mean, how bad do you think it was going to get? I think 80,000 is a pretty good number. I think 60,000 is a crazy number. But Bitcoin going to 20 grand, I just don't see that happening ever. Silver and GameStop are my weakness. It's not for a squeeze. It's for one day. Silver now. Wall Street bets of make manipulators will feel the pain of the transgressions against retail in the market. No bailouts. I don't know about that. I think they will. What's the clown picture for, Ben? Silver to 200 an ounce. I believe that. Ben Win. I believe that. I believe that can happen. No, I'm not getting involved with that. I'm buying more GameStop. But yeah, this whole things are correlated, and I don't think you know what you're talking about. But like, how many people would have to like get like Bitcoin go to 20K? MicroStrategies would have to file for a grievance from the world. There's no way. There's other stuff. Okay. All right, guys, listen up. Get ready for the markets in the morning. I'm just talking to you tonight to tell you that coming to this new year, they're still pricing us wrong. It's not correct. We get that. If you want true value for the market, I would buy GameStop. That's just me. That's what I'm doing. And take care of your loved ones and your family. We wouldn't be here unless God made this possible. So pray it up. Feel good about it. Some of us have lost some family members along the way. That's just my further explanation that life happens, and it can't beat time. So I'm not here to fight time. I'm just here to let you know that I would rather die than to sell my GameStop shares. So say with that what you will. You don't have to be me. But I'll go homeless, bros, before I sell my shares. I know what they're worth. Home is where you make it. That's not on the table right now. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. It's on the table. I'll see you around, millionaires. I'll be back when silver starts going crazy on the market. Or just a simple bailout. We keep it flat. We'll find out. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires. I'm still buying GameStop.